Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for August the 9th, Friday, 2024. Please consider to subscribe to this channel for the latest weather happening in the lower 48 as well as tropical update. I appreciate your support. Right now we're looking at the Atlantic-wide basin and Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean basin for any tropical activity. Debbie is long gone up into the Canadian province of Ontario and Ottawa and Montreal, with some trailing showers lingering down into the Hudson Valley. In the meantime, we do have nothing going on in the Gulf of Mexico. We do have nothing in the Caribbean but some showers associated with some gyre movement in Central America. But we have a wave right here in the Eastern Atlantic that looks to be very prominent. 60% chance of development through 7 days. And this is going to be our next tropical storm, probably Ernesto. It's the next name on the list. But it's going to be later on next week, probably by Thursday next week. We'll have something developing as it pushes closer to the Lesser Antilles. So people all interested in Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, Anguilla, Hispaniola, and up to Turks and Caicos and Bahamas should monitor the storm closely. Depends on the direction of how strong the Bermuda High is, whether or not it goes into the Gulf or gets into the Gulf, or if it goes north and stays into the North Atlantic and affects the Carolinas possibly before heading out to sea. We'll have to wait and see. But those are two options for this strong storm that could develop into our next hurricane, and that will be Ernesto. Looking at the back home, looking at the 50 states the National Weather Service hazards here, you can see that in orange, the heat continues in the Sun Belt, the Gulf Coast states down there, all the way from the Panhandle of Florida, Jacksonville, all the way back through Biloxi, Gulfport, Mississippi, New Orleans, and Baton Rouge, and then back into Texas there, south of the DFW Metroplex, Houston, Beaumont, up through Huntsville, Texas, College Station, back toward Austin and Waco, down towards Victoria, and down towards almost the Corpus Christi area. Heat advisories, excessive heat is in Texas is going to be a problem there, where the muggy conditions continue. And of course, we had the remnants of Debbie bring elevated flood levels for eastern North Carolina, anywhere from Kingston, the Lumber River there, the Black River, and the Outer Banks, all the way up through the Hampton Roads area of Virginia, and then up through eastern Pennsylvania, Poconos, all the way up through the Tokyo Plateau and the Finger Lakes region of New York, and then to New Hampshire and Vermont. There's flood watches and warnings. Just be very careful out there. These rivers are going to be elevated for the next week, for the next 4 or 5 days here, because all the rain they received here. And as you can see here, current precipitation here, some places got up to the remnants of Debbie that came through today. They got an additional 5 to 6 inches in the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia, and also in Pennsylvania, the Alleghenies and the Laurel Highlands picked up a good 4 to 5 inches of rain, and also into upstate New York, they picked up a good 2 to 3 inches of additional rainfall associated with the remnants of Debbie. Elsewhere, the showers that were in the Panhandle of Texas and, of course, the Four Corners region as they continue the monsoonal flow. And there's some strong storms that came across the eastern plains there a couple of days in Nebraska. They had hail in Wyoming, as well as eastern Colorado. So that was something that was interesting to have note. Now, the system here, like I said, is given a 60% chance through 7 days. And that's the only system we have in town. In the eastern Pacific, we also have a system that's given a 30% chance of development. It's kind of low through 7 days, only 10% through the next weekend here. So these will continue. The Eastern Pacific has been very active, and we expect that to continue. They're already through the E-name storm, I believe, and the Central Pacific is quiet out towards Hawaii. Just beautiful weather as well. So all in all, it's been a pretty quieting down weekend now as we get rid of Debbie. It's gone. It's post-tropical, and the next, as we await the next system here. As far as the local hazards, you just want to be careful, to be mindful, take it easy. It's still, we're still in the throes of summertime, although meteorological fall is coming very soon here in the next 2 weeks. But this is what I want to tell you, is that we're going to be looking at more heat out west too as well. So I don't forget about our friends in the Pacific Northwest, the PNW. Take it easy. This has been like the 5th consecutive day that you guys have had heat advisories in the Cascade Valley there, and also in the Nevada area and Idaho area as well. The Bitterroots, the Sawtooth Mountain Chain, stuff like that. Take it easy if you're going hiking or bring extra equipment. Hydrate, and that's pretty much it. Another thing is in yellow, tornado watch remains in effect as that right side of the remnants of Debbie continue to pump up moisture here. So if you're heading up the Hudson Valley, up 87 there toward Albany, the capital district, over toward Burlington, Vermont, or in the Berkshires of Massachusetts, or in Connecticut, the upper Connecticut Valley there, be very careful coming along those highways there, Massachusetts Turnpike, because there is a tornado watch. I believe that's in effect to about 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight. So just to keep that in mind there as well. So other than that, it's been the Weather Guru signing off for your news. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.